Hi, so welcome to WordPress 5, and this is a look at the new block editor. If you're familiar with the editor from pre-WordPress 5, then you'll see some familiar elements in here, but other things have changed. So the first thing that you may notice is this top bar, and a number of these things are grayed out at the moment because we haven't added any content yet. But this is the add block button, and that's one that you're going to get used to using with the new editor. On this side we have the settings button, and you'll see if I toggle that turns this sidebar on and off. And this 3-dot one is called Show More Tools and Options, and that has some other functions in there. You'll see that it's got the option for the code editor there, for example, and it's also got down here an option to toggle a list of keyboard shortcuts for the new editor. So this sidebar is called the settings sidebar, and it's split into two parts. We've got the document part, which has got a lot of the publishing options, and we've got familiar things here like categories, tags, featured image, a box to put your excerpt, and checkboxes for discussion. And on this side, this is the block settings, but so far we haven't selected a block, so there's nothing to show yet. So the first thing that we need to do is give this post a title. And then we're going to actually start adding content, and this looks a bit different from the old editor. You'll see there's quite a lot of white space here, and we need to start clicking in this area to write our content. And by doing so, the cursor flashes and we can see that we're in a paragraph block, which is the basic kind of block. And then if I press the enter key, I'll immediately start a new block, and that will be my second paragraph. And you'll see that here, that when I move around, that shows me this is a paragraph block, and this one down here, if I click away for a second, is also a paragraph block. Now some of these options at the top start to become available. So we've got the undo is ungrayed, we've got something called content structure that starts to tell me what my document consists of, and block navigation, so I can see as I put the various blocks together what order they're in. And the block editor auto saves, so it's already highlighting that it's saved to me there. Now if I click in here, you'll see a toolbar has popped up here with various familiar looking options to change the alignment, for example, or to make text bold. And in this section we have the block setting for the paragraph, so we've got font size, which we can change. We can also, if we want, add a drop cap to the text there. And in this section we can even change the colour, the background colour and the text colour. This is set up for 2019 theme, so it might look different in another theme. Then if we go back here, you'll notice that if I press enter again, then I'm always going to get a new paragraph block. But if I don't want that type of block, then there are other ways to get the kind that I want. I can use the button up here, and you'll see sometimes this little button pops up when you hover over with the add block here. So let's try adding a different kind of block. I'm going to add an image. I'm going to upload one. Here we go. So I've put the image in, and one of the first things I should really do is add alt text to this image. And you'll notice I can also change the side in the sidebar here, the size of the image. So that's it down to medium. You've also got some percent buttons where you can do the exact same thing. If I want to reset, That doesn't seem to be working. I'll put it back to full size. I will add a caption in now. So that's fairly straightforward. You'll see some handles here where I can actually resize the image as well. And in this toolbar here, options to change the alignment. So if I want it aligned on the right, for example. So those are two of the basic kinds of blocks. There are more. Another way to get a block in quickly, and I've just realized I've clicked in the wrong place, or no, maybe I haven't clicked in the wrong place. You can use the / command. So if I want to, I can select from a list here. I think it's a list of the common blocks, but I'm not 100% sure. I think it's personalized to your usage. So if I put a list in, I can have list 1, list 2, list 3. There's not really settings for the list 1 as such. There are a few different things here. So for example, if I highlight a list item, I can indent it so that becomes a sub-list item. Let's see what other blocks we can have. Right, so let's try from here again. We'll have, actually these are the common ones. This list here, if I scroll down, you can see the video block. They may show in a different order for you. So let's try putting in a heading. It will automatically put it in as a heading 2, but you can change the heading level here, and you can change the text alignment. You generally don't want to use a heading 1 because that would be the post title. Going back, I shall now take, what kind of block? Let's show the quote block. So this is where you add a quote from a person. The quote goes in this, whoops, that's not how to do it. The quote goes in the top and the person you're citing goes in the bottom. And just quickly, you can embed other content. There are actually quite a lot of different embed type of blocks here that you can choose. So you'll see we've got Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and so on. If I just use the standard video block, I can in fact insert content from a URL, and I've already, I hope, got a YouTube URL copied. So if I put that in here, it will embed it in, but you'll notice that this is actually not a video block now, it's a YouTube block, so it automatically recognizes that from YouTube. Now let's say I am ready to publish this post. What do I need to do? Well, it might be an idea to look at the permalink. That isn't what I want it to be yet, so I may have to save it again, but that's grayed out in the moment. So my permalink should include the words post title. I could give it a category. I can add some tags. I could put a featured image in if I wanted to. I could write an excerpt. Let's say I'm ready to publish this, so I click on the publish button. If I'm happy with everything, then I can now press it again, and that's my post published, and you can see that the permalink looks correct. And let's have a very quick look at this on the front end. And there's my post. It's come out pretty well. So that's a basic introduction to the block editor.